This podcast contains discussions of mature themes, including violence, which may not be suitable for all audiences. Please proceed with caution. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome everybody to Dark Talk. As always, I am your host Dan, and I'm joined by my bros Paul and James. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, all good this end,
all
good.
Thank you.
It's been a while, it feels like.
Yeah, good, thanks. It has, hasn't it? It's been ages since we've three of us have got together.
Oh, I think we recorded about 3 weeks ago.
No, not for part 2, was it?
I think so, yeah.
Was it? Oh right, well,
yeah.
It feels like it's been longer.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
So, what have you been up to in the intervening time? Anything interesting?
James, I bet you
I've been on holidays to Porto. Never been to Portugal before, and it was fucking amazing. Just walked around drinking wine and cold beer and eating loads of nice fresh food the whole time. So as you can tell, it was awful. Yeah. But yeah, did that, and then that's pretty much it. Then just been working and stuff. What about you guys?
Did we speak about when you worked with Matthew McConaughey? Have we already spoken?
No, I don't think we have.
Oh shit, have we not? I swear we have.
Why don't you tell? That's what I was talking about. Why don't you tell us about that?
I wonder if that'll be allowed out by the time. I wonder if it will have been released by the time this is released. So obviously dream come true. Got to work with the man in fucking self, Matthew McConaughey. What can I say? He was just dead nice and dead sound. And
did you ask him about Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 4? Did you mention that to him?
No, I didn't. Unfortunately not. I didn't really want to say anything to throw him off balance, and I'm sure that would have done. But his wife.
Because you'd have come back from your dinner break, and it would have been like, he's been fired.
yeah. Or he would have been doing impressions of his character on set, and like, oh shit, fuck. But yeah, just like I don't know, dead down to earth, dead sound. Very professional as well. Every girl that I've talked to since has always they've all asked me how he smelt, and because they're all like, "Oh, he looks like he just smelled really good," and he did smell really good.
Did he?
Yeah, met his wife as well. Yeah, she was really nice. But yeah, just all it was fucking ace. And he had some of his tequila of his brand that he was kind of promoting, but it was kind of like for fashiony stuff. So it was left behind after shoot, so I nabbed that. And it's fucking delicious. I was offering it out at I had a house party a few weeks ago, and I was offering it out to everyone. I was like, "Oh, guess who's touched this bottle?" You know?
Vilma from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4.
But it's amazing. Like once in a lifetime opportunity. Like it's all downhill from here, I guess.
Yeah. Life's never gonna get any better than that.
Well, there's like he would be like the top level guy I would ever want to meet, and I've done it. But yeah,
he's an A-lister, isn't he? So
yeah. But yeah, incredible. What about you two?
Did he at any point say, "All right"?
No, and I'm glad he didn't, because I would have been like, oh. Like, can you imagine if he turned up on set and did that? Just like, oh, fuck.
Walking around giving people finger guns, just doing it to everybody he sees.
He was in charge of the music that was on in the background, though, and he put some fucking right tunes on. I don't know what they were, but they were giving like Jonestown Massacre vibes, cool, like, you know, southern, just cool songs. But yeah, I didn't Shazam one of them.
You should have joined a jam with his Spotify.
Yeah, I could have put my DJ Recce B on.
I was going to say the Birdie song.
Or that one that's who's it by? Chaz and Dave. Rabbit.
The Only Fools and Horses theme for him.
Yeah. Hey Matthew, have you ever seen this show? I watch it a lot back at home.
Who's the singer? It's this guy called Rodney Trotter.
Yeah. So
Paul, what about you?
So, me and you, Dan, I don't know if you've seen it, James, yet, so I won't talk about too much if you haven't. I know you have, Dan. We both watched Weapons.
Oh, hell yeah.
A few days ago. Well, I did a few days ago.
I've seen that you've rated it on Letterboxd, Dan, so I haven't seen it though yet, so no spoilers.
I won't give you any spoilers.
Spoiler free, but I just thought it was fucking incredible. It was so good. So good.
What did you think, Paul?
Big thumbs up from me.
Same.
I went into it completely blind. I saw a clip on like an Instagram advert of probably the most famous bit, I'd say, with Benedict Wong.
Oh, yeah.
When he's running. I won't say any more. I saw a clip of that and I immediately knew I need to see this film without knowing anything about it.
Right, okay. I didn't even see that. I'd only seen the trailers with the kids running, doing the Naruto run, and that was all I knew about it. And the trailer has the narration about what happens, but that was all I knew. So when I saw that bit with Benedict Wong, I was like, what the fuck is going on in this film? It's A-star for me. That was really good.
I can't wait to see it. I
really liked it. That's the reason I don't watch trailers. Oh, and one more thing. Started watching the TV show Succession. I've tried about 5 times in the past and never got through the first episode, but I did this time, and we're on like episode 5. And
it's
enjoying
so
it.
good.
Yeah, it's pretty good so far.
Thingy,
Nice.
writer from Peep Show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which proves I'm not a pedo.
Or a very hard to detect paedophile. I didn't know it was written by him. That makes it even better.
Did you know he was from Oswestry as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
There's a lot of references in Peep Show to like stuff around that area, I think.
Yeah. What you said this to me last week, didn't you? What was the
episode,
reference?
The jury episode. Jez comes like back from the first day on jury service, and he's like,
yes.
"Oh, it's nothing really. It's just a robbery in Nestcliff." And Mark's like, "Robbery, Nestcliff," and I'm always thinking like, how would he know where that was? But
I didn't know that. He wrote "My Parents Are Aliens." As well.
Did he? Yeah.
It's well good.
Fucking love that show.
Yeah. Especially the guy. Have you seen that video of the guy from it, the dad? And somebody's at like some festival somewhere, and they're like high as fuck, and they're just like, "Oh my god, the dad from My Parents Are Aliens is here." and he like turns around and looks like straight into the camera, and he's like at the front row.
Love it.
What about you, Dan? What have you been watching?
I watched Weapons. Last night I watched a film called Small Town Crime, starring John Hawkes. He plays a police officer that gets kicked off the force because he's drunk, and then he gets embroiled in like a murder. It's a bit of a comedy. It's a bit like Inherent Vice. John Hawkes is fucking amazing in it. Robert Forster's in it. I think it's one of his last roles as well.
Yeah. And what's her name? Octavia Spencer.
Yeah, thought it was really good. Other than that, I watched Alien Earth. I've watched all 3 episodes of it now.
Oh yeah,
and,
no spoilers.
I won't spoil it, but I mean, I didn't hate it as much as I hated Alien Romulus, but you just watch it and you'll see. I didn't hate it. I didn't really like it either. It was, it was very bland. But you check it out. Check it out.
Yeah.
It wasn't offensive. It didn't offend me in the way that I was offended by how bad Alien Romulus was and haven't shut up about it all year.
I love that.
Enemy of the pod, Alien Romulus.
I signed up for a free trial of Movie because I wanted to watch that film with Daniel Craig in Queer. Have you seen it advertised?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's by, what's his name? Lucas Gar... The guy who does challenges. Lucas Gar... Sorry.
Were you waiting for us to answer you then?
Yeah, I can't see you on the screen, so I'm just... Promise, yeah. So, watch that. That's fucking weird as hell. This kind of goes a bit all like 2001 Space Odyssey-ish weird. But it's really good.
It's not the film I was expecting you to say.
No, well, we were like watched it, but like fucking out, like watching it just makes you want to pound booze. Well, it made me want to pound booze.
Makes you want to pound ass.
Yeah. And then I watched on Mubi as well the Wim Wenders film, The Perfect Days. Have you seen that?
Yeah, the Japanese film.
Fucking so good. It's great. Just made me want to like live my life completely different. But it's
it's a really good film.
Right, Dark Talkers, let's get into this film. Let's talk dark. Okay, so gents, we are here tonight to discuss Friday the 13th Part 3, released in 1982, directed by Steve Miner, starring Dana Kimmel, Tracy Savage, Catherine Parks, Larry Zerner, and Richard Brooker as Jason. So I'll ask you the same question I ask you guys all the time. When did you first see this film, and what are your memories of it? Paul?
Going into this film, I didn't have any recollection of it. However, after the opening scenes with the recap scenes, I remembered every single thing that happened, and I was quite familiar with the film. I just sort of, because there's so many of them, I think I just mixed it up in my head. So yeah, again, I watched it when I was a kid, watched it when I was a teenager, and then watched it probably only second or third time I watched it last night. But yeah, big thumbs up from me. That's I'll leave you with that so far. There you go. What about you guys?
First time. Well, I remember this is one of the ones me and you watched prolifically when we were younger, Dan. We had this one on video, I think, and this is probably the one I've seen the most, I think, out of all the films. So I can't remember how old we were. What, 10, 11 maybe, even younger.
Possibly. Yeah, definitely. I think we would have been around about the 1999, 2000 sort of time when we first saw him. So you would have been like, God, what's that, 8 years old, something like that. Which sounds awful when you say it. But
really bad. But I don't know. I would say this is the one I've seen the most out of all of the films. Yeah. I think maybe it was probably the first one I'd ever seen. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
So I always remember the order that we had them. So we had it on VHS, but we got the Friday the 13th film in 3 batches, basically. We had part 1, part 4, and part 6, and we watched them religiously, especially part 4. We used to hammer part 4. And then the second batch we got was part 3, part 5, and I want to say Jason Takes Manhattan. They were our next batch. So for me, because we always used to watch part 4, when we got part 3, it was like so refreshing to me because it's almost exactly the same as part 4, except it's just lit a lot brighter. It was definitely my favourite growing up, yeah. And it's in 3D!
So the Blu-ray that I got recently, when I clicked play on it, that was one of the options, to watch it in 3D.
Oh really, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, and Izzy came down and I had my blue and red glasses on. I didn't, but I might watch it one day in 3D.
I would love to have seen this in 3D.
I might get some of those glasses just to wear, like, you know, the guy from.
I was just thinking about it.
Just wore them like daily. They're cool. I like.
I might just tell Izzy every film I'm watching in the future, I'm watching it in 3D. So I'm just always sat down. It's like, what?
Do you remember those comics you used to get when we were a kid, and they were dinosaur comics, and you got 3D glasses?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do.
No, I don't.
And you could look at the dinosaurs in 3D. They're so good.
Okay, so the film begins with the last 5 minutes of part 2, Ginny and her adventures in Jason's shack. We see the part where Ginny disguises herself and attacks Jason with that machete. And Jason, as he will go on to do in nearly every film, survives this mortal wound and crawls away to kill another day. So what do you think of the decision for Ginny? Well, I was going to say not to have Ginny back, but she declined. Amy Steele declined to return for this film.
I heard that it was going to be Jason chasing her in like a hospital and for that, apparently.
Yeah, in a mental facility, I heard that.
Yeah, which sounds really cool, but I'm kind of glad that she did decline, because then we get part 3, which I'd like.
Yeah.
So
I'm surprised she declined it, because that would have been like a nice payday, probably, wouldn't it?
Yeah, maybe she wanted to be taken serious as an actor, because remember, these films back then were seen as like just absolute trash. Do you know what I mean? If you were caught being in one of these, it's quite an embarrassment.
If you're caught being in one of these. But like, she could have been like the main final girl for like, she could have had a cushy job for like the next 20 years or something. Even 40 years if you look at Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, and she was actually a good final girl. I liked her a lot.
Yeah, I liked her as well.
Yeah, I quite liked it. I'm going to say I prefer Chris in this film, though. I think Chris has always been one of my favourite final girls. Probably is my favourite final girl of this entire series, I would say.
She might be my favourite final girl ever.
Really? Really? Yeah, both of you.
Definitely of this series. I wouldn't say ever for me of all series.
No, ever.
I'm not going to skip too far ahead, but I'm just going to say at the end, when she has the confrontation with Jason, she kicks fucking ass in this. Which we will get to. So Ginny's gone, and we have got a new group of teens for Jason to murder. So Jason slithers away, and they imply this. So if Jason just crawls away, this implies that him jumping through the window at the end of the last film was just a dream, wasn't it?
Yeah. Does that imply like all the end sequences of all the films are like dream? Not that it really matters.
I don't know. It does imply that Muffin is dead though. So
Nah, Muffin never died. But I don't want to go too far ahead too early, but the end of this film tells me that the last two films' endings were both dreams, definitely.
Yeah. So we, as Jason crawls away, we get a slow zoom into Mrs. Voorhees' severed head on the altar, and it pauses, and we get the credits, and we get the infamous disco theme.
I've had this theme stuck in my head for 24 hours, and I love it. It's fucking... It kicks ass.
It's really odd, because I wonder, like, whether they were...
Bum, 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 bum.
This obviously wasn't meant to be scary, was it? So why did they... I really don't understand, like, because I like it, but I don't know why they chose to do it.
I know, it's so mad to just throw in. I think... down.
Like,
down.
with it being, like, Steve Miner as well, again, and, like... Because I think the score in this film, like, returns back to, like, the first film, and it gets really fucking scary, and it's proper, like, Psycho. But just that, hearing the title theme is so fucking out there and wild.
Do you reckon they were influenced by, I don't know, like the likes of like Doctor Who? Because it's got a theremin, isn't it? Theremin in it. So it's like, and all that. It's very catchy, and like that is, you could easily get like a decent, memorable theme using a theremin and like a catchy beat and all that.
Yeah,
I reckon.
I guess, maybe they were trying to like go in a different direction, but I don't know, because the film's still like the same direction as the other one. I don't know.
Well, I think I've got no evidence to support this. This is just my personal theory. I think by the time 1 and 2 had come out, they were quite scary films, and they appealed to the type of weirdo that would go and watch them on their own. But I think by this time this one had come out, I think a load of like teens and dates were going to watch like these horror films for a laugh
Yeah.
So they, I guess they just decided to have a bit of fun with the theme, have a bit of a play around, bit of fun,
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I absolutely love it. I know it doesn't fit the mood of a Friday the 13th film, but I love it.
Oh yeah.
I think they were just trying to make a really decent, catchy tune, and then probably didn't get very good response from it, and they were like, shit, that wasn't the one that we're going to keep for the rest of the franchise.
We'll have to go back to the original theme for the next film.
Yeah.
So we are at a grocery store on Crystal Lake, which is not far from Packanack Lodge, and we meet Harold and his nagging fishwife, Edna.
And what has he been doing all day to rile his wife up like that? He knocks the thing holding the washing line up, and before it even hits the floor, his head is like, Harold! Just straight on his case.
She goes mental. He only knocks down the prop. It doesn't knock any of the washing down. And he's obviously clumsy, and he's in his own world, and like she just goes mental.
I tell you what he's done. I tell you what he's been doing all day. Sweet fuck all is what he's done all day. That's why she's so annoyed at him. Like, you can tell he's just like the laziest guy on earth.
He's just been going around like feeding pets and feeding himself and drinking hidden whiskey and not wiping his hands.
Yeah, I wrote that down.
He swigs that orange juice out of the carton and puts it back on the shelf.
It looks like a giant. I always used to think when I was a kid that was like a giant Yakult. It looks like the same. It's the same shape as the carton.
Yeah.
I thought it was a Sunny D.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
But yeah, just no. Like Yakult's the same exact colour, and the bottle is just a lot smaller. Anyway,
it's looking after his gut health, James.
So Edna's indoors watching TV, and she's watching a report about the killings. They're literally playing footage of Friday the 13th Part 2 of Ginny going into the ambulance. So I was like, in universe, I was like, that's a bit harsh that the news reporters are like got the camera right in her face as she's going in.
Yeah.
Also, in universe, why is she watching the TV like from this angle?
It's so the audience can see it.
Yeah, I know, but that's bullshit. Just have it. View her from behind.
It's like whenever wrestlers on WWE, whenever they're watching the match of their opponent backstage to like scout them out, they're watching it at a side angle, so the viewing audience at home know that they're watching it. It's just... So here's one for you, right? So they mention on the TV that 8 bodies were found at the Packanack Lodge, right? So I'm going to list them here in the order that they died in the film, okay? So you got Alice, whose body was found in the shack. Crazy Ralph. Deputy Winslow, he was also in the shack. Scott. Terry, she was also in the shack. She was the 3rd body. Mark, Jeff and Sandra, Vicky, and then we don't know what happened to Paul. How many bodies is that I've listed?
9.
9 bodies, yeah. So why did they say 8 bodies? Which is the one that was missing?
Oh, unless they mean his mum's head.
But that would make it 10.
Oh, yeah. Why didn't they say 10? I don't
So
know.
the only thing I could think of was the fact that they didn't discover the bodies in the shack. So they didn't discover Alice's body, they didn't discover Deputy Winslow's body, and they didn't discover Terry's body. But then that would take it down to 7. No, that would take it down to 6, wouldn't it? So there's
It's
still
like,
it doesn't add up. This is like that clown from Halloween Resurrection all over again.
Oh, that fucking guy. Also killed Thingy and Thingy same night. Yeah, sure he did, mate.
Anyway, there's my pedantry of the week. Let's move on quickly because we could be here for hours discussing this.
I would guess that was just a continuity error.
Whenever something like that happens, a wizard did it. Anyway, so Edna notices Jason lurking outside her window, and the shot of him hiding in the sheets, like Michael Myers, is very effective, I thought. You don't see hardly anything of him. It's like literally a 2-second shot of him stepping behind the sheets.
Yeah.
Reminded me of the bit in part 2 where he runs across the road, and the bit of Pamela going into the cabin in part 1. Just like very subtle.
Yeah.
You don't see anything of it. Really great.
So good. It's much more like Michael Myers-y, you know. Also, because I got the Blu-ray, I can see everything so crisp and clear. And then I was just laughing at the fact Jason's forever now wearing Harold's pants to kill people.
Oh yeah, that doesn't get brought up a lot, because he's changed his clothes out of the dungarees and he's shaved his head. Yeah. He's now wearing Harold's clothes. And later on he'll be wearing Shelley's mask,
But yeah, I was thinking it's an interesting choice by the writers or whoever, isn't it? To be like, because I remember when I went to a Halloween party when I was young, and because I was such a big fan of this film, I was like, right, I'm going to go as Jason in part 3. And I just looked like I just went to a fancy dress party in a shirt and trousers. Everyone was like, oh, who have you come as? I was like, oh, it's Jason in part 3. And they were like, but it's interesting because like you think in the dungarees that's like a style of thing, and like Michael Myers got the boiler suit and stuff like that, but he's just literally in. I like it though. I think it's creepy, but
it is a very good look, but it is odd how they just decided to change out the dungarees and the shirt look, because they could have kept that and then just put the mask on him, it's odd.
I wonder if audiences didn't like it or something.
If Jason had kept the dungarees with the hockey mask, he might have got sued by Eminem. Because that was Eminem's look in the late 90s.
So Harold is dicking around the store with his fish, eating fish food and whatever else he can get his hands on. He goes to put his rabbit away in the garage, and we get this awful looking 3D snake jump scare. It's just awful. He looks into his rabbit hutch and he's like, who would do this to my rabbit? And then this viper just leaps out at him. It's like, and he's like, ah, and then just nothing happens. Like the snake net, it's just...
He's not even worried about it. He just
goes off. I think he made some shit himself.
Oh yeah, because he goes to the outhouse for a crap. Oh god, there's a lot of like dicking around it. He's just like he's like gone to the the Alice Hardy school of not doing anything in a Friday the 13th film. This took fucking forever. I was like, come on, just kill him. So Jason does pop out and he gives him a he gives him a meat cleaver right through the chest, doesn't he? Harold's like, ah, like really. I can't say he's overreacting because he's being murdered, but like,
what a drama.
This is like what, the first death in the film, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yes.
Yeah, it's not very good.
Yeah, first proper one.
Well, this second one's not great either. So Edna goes out to find him so she can nag at him some more, and basically Jason just sneaks up behind her with a knitting needle and gets her through the neck. And I've got it written down here. There was a lot of needless wandering around here to build quote unquote tension.
You should have written needle.
That's what I thought he was saying.
Listen, I'm not one to make needleless puns. So let's get to our main cast. So we meet our teens for this film. Chris, the lead girl, Andy, the handstand dude, Debbie Prego, Chuck and Chili, the stoners, and Vera, and the most notable of the bunch is Shelley. Shelley is this film's Ned/Ted Joker, only without any of the confidence or the charisma. He has extremely low self-esteem about his looks, and like he acts like he's disfigured the way he talks about himself. Like he's like, would you want to go on a date with someone that looks like this? As if he's been burned in a fire or something. It's just like, oh, you're not ugly as sin, man.
I felt sorry for him.
I always thought he can't be that bad, but I watched this, I was like, fucking hell, he is really annoying. And at one point when he's trying to get on with that Vera girl, and she's like, no, and she was like, oh, I'll come back in, we'll talk, and he's like, yeah, bitch. So what the fuck?
I know, he's a proper incel, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a right dick.
That's exactly what I was going to say, because I felt sorry for him at first. I always like an underdog. dog. And I was thinking, mate, you're not bad looking or anything, just have a bit more confidence. And then as it progressed, it wasn't even the pranks it was that conversation. He's like going to admit his feelings to her, and she very politely, calmly lets him down, and she's like, sorry. And then she walks out, and he's just like, bitch. And I was like, dude, what a knob. So I'm like,
I've gone the other way. So I always used to think that he was a dick, but like the more I watched it, I'm like, yeah, he's a dick for saying like calling her a bitch. That stupid bitch. Why wouldn't you go out with a nice guy like me? But I think they should have had Shelley and Vera maybe as like the main characters, or maybe take Vera's role and put it with Chris, and have him at the end learn the lesson, like, oh, you can be friends with a woman, without them having to owe you sex. Do you know what I mean? Like, have him grow up a bit,
If that was made today, it probably would have something like that. Like back then, I guess
obviously this is just a cheap hack and slash film. You're not going to get any sort of character development from any of these characters.
But if that happened today, you'd probably roll your eyes at it.
There is a character in this film that I think is more annoying than Shelley, and we'll get to that person in a bit. So the teens are heading to Chris's parents' cabin, Higgins Haven, for the summer, and on the journey we meet our crazy Ralph replacement for this film, Abel. Abel is this drunk old dude who just sleeps in the road, and he's holding an eyeball from one of Jason's victims, and just to show off the 3D, he holds it right up to the camera. He's like, I found this eyeball today. Yeah, I have warned you, stay away from the camp. Oh, this dude sucks. We have crazy Ralph at home.
Yeah, it's a bit like, was it trying to go like a more funny way, because he's so over the top in terms of the character. It's like so like, I don't know, that line did make me laugh though. He's like, I found this today, there were other parts of the body, and then everyone's like,
I don't know, I think they were being 100% serious with this. I thought, that'll be scary, wouldn't it? I know it's so over the top, but this isn't a parody. It can't be.
I'm surprised he doesn't show up again.
Actually, I didn't.
Maybe they were saving him for the next film.
That would make sense, considering they're set on like the same day.
Yeah, they are. So this is set the morning after Friday the 13th Part 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is
no.
Saturday the 14th.
Part 4 is on the same day as Part 3, isn't it?
It'd be the day after, because I think at the beginning of Part 4 it's the night of Part 3, and then it's like a day after he gets
and
then this one is Saturday the 14th, Part 3.
We shall figure out the continuity when we get to Part 4. So when the group arrive at Higgins Haven, Chris is acting all spooked by everything because of something that happened to her years ago. We will find out what that is later in the film. So this is where we meet my least favourite character of the film, Rick, who is Chris's boyfriend. Mr. Horny. All he wants to do is bang her, and all he does is talk about, he's like, how much sex they should be having. He's like, yep, I think we should put away 4 hours a day. Oh, dude, you can't last 4 hours, you fucking loser.
When she walks into the thing and his hands come out of nowhere, grip her by the neck, and just
and she hasn't seen him since like last summer. Do you know what I
mean? Yeah, he's my fucking least favourite character as well. And I never remembered not liking him. I thought he was like a nice, normal.
He's just such a fucking whiner. Just every scene, he's just whining about something. Ugh.
Do you know what it is for me? It's the fact that he's got such a short neck. Through a lot of the film, his ears are like at the same level as his shoulders. And I could not take my eyes off of it. He was just like that, like walking around like.
So Shelley plays a prank where he pretends to have an axe in his head, which pisses everybody off. And this is a bit like disproportionate. He's only messing around, but everyone's like, Shelley, you scumbag, get out of here. And he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. They're like, don't you know what she's been through? And he's like, no, I don't. She hasn't told anyone what. There's a bit of an overreaction, I think. It's not like he's Ned from Part 1. Remember when Ned pretended to drown and then they got him out and he used it to sexually assault Brenda?
Yeah, that is fucking way worse, actually, thinking.
So Shelley goes into town with Vera and they run into trouble at the grocery store when they get into an altercation with a biker gang. And as they're driving away, I love this. This will never not be funny to me. They're about to drive away in this yellow Beetle and they're like, come on, let's go. And they just reverse off camera. And that will never not be funny to me in a film. People trying to speed off but going backwards. The comic timing on that was so good. I actually lolled.
As they entered the store, though, did you remember the music playing? So
yeah.
I was like, yeah. I was like,
Play the disco theme.
There's a bit in this that I've only just got recently when I watched it. You know, when the shopkeeper's like, oh, she says the amount, and then she's like, oh, we don't accept any food stamp.
Yeah.
I've only just now got that it's like a racial slur on the girl, on Vera, isn't it?
Yeah, she's like Latina, so she's implying that
I never never understood.
Don't have money for groceries.
Never understood that.
She was going to pay with food stamps, though, wasn't she?
Oh, was she? Yeah.
Oh, was she? Oh,
She
is
was
that?
going to take
Oh,
them out of
really?
her pocket. She goes to take them out of her pocket, and then she says that, and then she looks over at Shelley, and she's like, "Shelley, give me some money."
Oh yeah, Shelley.
Shit.
3D tosses the wallet over to her.
Yeah. So maybe that line was just put in so they could have a 3D moment in the store.
God, like everything in this film. How can we get as much 3D in this thing as possible? That bit later on with the yo-yo.
Oh, is that meant to be 3D?
Yeah, that
as well,
was, yeah.
Is that why it was going on for so long? It's like a minute of his just serious face with his yo-yo.
There's another 3D bit at the start where Harold's like
what's
messing around with the washing line pole or something like that, and he's like trying to jam it into the camera, and like the actor couldn't do it without looking. So at the end, he just looks back at the camera and just throws the pole into the camera.
Yeah, there's loads of shit like that.
What did you reckon of the biker gang? The way they looked and the way they spoke and like their
Straight
level
out
of
of
bullying. The way they just picked them up.
Stephen King novel, right?
Yeah.
Well, especially the one
yeah.
dude who's like dressed in, I think he's like more in blue denim, and he's got like the grease, like slick back hair and stuff. He looks like
his name is Loco.
Loco. Is it? So what have you got? Loco, Fox, and
Ali.
Ali.
Yeah.
They reminded me of like Bulk and Skull.
I know, yeah, proper
shit,
boys.
yeah.
Yeah, that bit where Fox pulls out Shelley's condom as well, and she's like, "Is this your rubber?" Shelley thought he was going to get some. So when Shelley reverses, he reverses over the bike, over the bikes, knocks them all over, and he's like, "Oops."
And then Ali, the character Ali's reaction when he's like, what's he do? He like slams his beer down, he walks up to the car, really threatening, and then just like leans over and just does the cheesiest smile.
Yeah. So Ali, he fakes being nice at first, but then he attacks the car with a chain, and I think we get a 3D punch through the window with the chain, smashes the windshield.
Yeah.
Shelley speeds off, but grows some bollocks, and he spins the car around, and he runs over Ali's bike as well. I quite like this. Shelley's like, Vera's like, "My hero, Shelley." He's like, "You went too far this time." Yeah, see, you could have like redeemed Shelley.
Yeah, but he went from getting his window smashed because of an accident to attempting to kill somebody.
I mean, come on, he was
his level of bravery
standing up
went
for
to,
himself.
like,
Come on, against these like tough bikers. Like, come on.
Bullshit, he tried to kill him.
You know, you get like the wide aerial shot of Ali shouting at it after him. I was just thinking, I was like, I wonder if that was scripted or they were like, and action, and he just started going, "Oh, you've got back here," and how long the scene would have gone on for. Like, cut.
Yeah.
It's been going on for an hour now.
So they arrive back at Higgins Haven, and this is where I realised that banana yellow piece of shit that they're driving belongs to Rick. He drives around in the countryside in that thing. Like, that's his car. He's like, "Oh my God, what did you do to my car?" And I was like, "What? That's yours? You bought that."
When they answer him, they're just like, "Oh, sorry, but it wasn't our fault," and just walk off. I was like, "Magic."
Don't tell him anything happens.
Yeah,
they're
they
just
don't
like,
even
it's one of them things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, they should have been like, right, there's a biker gang who we just had a very, very severe confrontation with. They're probably going to be looking for this car, so maybe hide it or get rid of it because they're coming after you, mate. And they do.
They fucking do, yeah.
So as they're pulling in back to Higgins Haven, there's a shot where they drive past the barn. You can see Jason looking out the door.
Yes.
It's fucking so good because you can see again, because I can see it so crisp now in like HD. You can actually see the makeup and stuff. It looks really good. It's creepy as.
Well, this barn is where most of the action of this film takes place because Jason is he's not on a killing spree at this point. He's basically just trying to hide out in the barn because it's the only safe place it was abandoned until the kids got there. So like you say, Paul, the bikers do track them down because they probably fucking see that car from like 10 miles away. And they decide their first piece of revenge is they're going to siphon off the gas from their van, and that will come into play later. So Fox, the female biker, she goes off to have a nose around the barn, and she's prattling around, swinging on what's that thing called? The bit of rope above the top door of a barn, you know, where you lower the hay. It doesn't matter.
It's called a bit of rope. From the top bit of door of barn.
So she becomes Jason's first victim, but she gets an off-screen kill that we don't see until the third biker, Loco, finds a body pinned to one of the supporting beams with a pitchfork right through the neck. It looks really cool the way she's strung up there. But I want to know, why did Loco not see that body when he was coming up the stairs looking for her? He comes up the stairs and he walks straight past it, and the camera pans out and shows that she's hanging there. Like, there is no way that he could have missed that body.
I think, because it's a ladder, isn't it? It's not stairs. So when he goes up, he's like coming up with a square. You haven't got your full vision.
Like, he gets onto that top floor of the bar, and it's just like, he wouldn't even have to turn his head left to look. It would be there in his peripheral.
I do love when she's swinging on that rope, and then he looks back, and it's still swinging, but she's gone. I fucking think that's
I thought that was
loads of bits
very
like that
sinister.
in this film that I love.
Yeah, very sinister. We got this guy is like, he's such an overactor, because when he turns around and sees the body, he's all like,
yeah.
Like, some of the most, I don't know, it's not the worst acting in this film, because there is some bad acting in this film a bit later on. You'd both know what I'm talking about. So Loco gets killed when Jason runs him through with a different pitchfork, and again, the actor, he's like proper choose the scenery with his death. Like, the cigarette drops down out of his mouth, he's holding onto it, he's like, ah! Like, it was like Joey Tribbiani in a horror film, like overacted, like.
Fucking
yeah. So Ali is the sole surviving biker, follows him into the barn, gets into a scrap with Jason, and Jason easily clubs him to death? ?
Well,
yeah.
This time around watching it, I did completely forget that he comes back.
Did you?
Yeah, so when he did, I was like, oh my god. Yeah, I forgot.
Just before that confrontation, so Ali walks into the barn, and he's like trying to find his buds, and Loco just like spins with, like, devastating crossbody straight over him. I was like, that's a nice crossbody.
Stunts in this film are great.
Yeah.
The bit as well when before Ali gets beaten up by Jason, you see Jason drop down from the top, and there's a lot of this in this film where there's so much thought that's gone into like blocking out the scenes, and obviously you don't see his face in a lot of it, and I think it's so clever how they, what's the word?
Yeah, absolutely, obscured him.
Yeah.
Obscured him?
Yeah, it's just like a lot of planning, like it's called blocking in like the film, like, yeah, just, it's really clever, and it's creepy as fuck, and yeah, it just works really well.
Yeah, I agree. Right, yeah, so we're back with Rick and Chris, and
isn't it such a shame she's with him this whole film?
I know, let's talk about her, because she's like a really she's a great final girl, like we've said, which is like possibly our favourite. So Chris tells Rick her backstory, that how she, when she was young, what was it, I think it's about 2 years ago, she ran away from home and she hid in the woods, and she was attacked by Jason, and it's implied that he raped her. Have I got that right? Like, he just comes out of the woods and starts grabbing at her and pulling on her, and then she just like trying to fight him off, and it's all like memory vision as we see it, like a flashback. It's told with her face sort of superimposed as she's telling the story. It's pretty creepy, but he doesn't kill her, which is odd.
No, so I thought the same. I was like, oh, that whole bit is so weird, because I thought it was implied that he rapes her, but she does say he had a knife and he started attacking her with it. So I don't think he's trying to rape. It looks like he's trying to rape, but he can't get off the floor because she's on the floor. I don't know. The whole thing's really weird.
It's quite a weird attack, because he's just like crawling after her,
and he's like,
he doesn't really stand up that much.
And it's Jason from now, not long-haired Jason.
Yeah, so that's another thing. So I was trying to place this in the timeline, because when I used to watch this, I thought this was like before, when Jason was a lot younger. But I worked the timeline out, so it's been 5 years since the first film, and then Alice died 6 months later, which is 4.5 years. Now, Chris says this happened 2 years ago, so this attack on Chris happened after Jason had gone into the city to kill Alice. So I don't know, it doesn't really, I don't know, it's just a bit all over the place. A very odd thing to just jam in. You could have really left this out.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Again, it seems like they were trying to really, really get away from the dungarees and the white bag, because I'm thinking if they were going to do a flashback to it, surely they would have just put him in that outfit.
I think maybe they could have done. I just don't think they cared. I thought that they didn't think in, 40 odd years' time that we were going to be talking about this.
Well, they should have more fucking force. Do you know what, though? No matter what you say about this scene, and whether they followed any continuity or whether they cared enough, I found it to be a really creepy scene.
Hell yeah.
Just this silent, like, giant just sort of crawling after her without... She's like, what the fuck? He's not saying anything.
Yeah.
It's really
like those dreams in it where you try and run away from something, you just can't get anywhere,
Your legs don't work.
It's nightmarish.
AI video.
Trying to punch in a dream, and your hands are just like...
Yeah, so back at the Haven, Shelley shoots his shot with Vera, and she turns him down. She's not cruel with it. She's actually very very nice. And as we mentioned, Shelley calls her a bitch. As you do.
Yeah, you can hear the hate in his voice, though. That's why I thought he was like an incel.
Yeah.
It's like, he didn't need to do that, and she wasn't a bitch. And I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, but I
I
think they sort of go a bit later on that they're going to have a chat, and she's going to tell him that, you're not an ugly duckling. So he pulls a prank on her when he jumps out of the water, scaring the shit out of her. He's wearing a wetsuit and that hockey mask, and he's got a spear, and he's like, "Rah!"
It's the bit, like, that bit would obviously be scary, but it's the bit where she's just chilling and then this hand just comes out of the water and grabs her fucking foot. Like, can you imagine what the fear?
Yeah.
He's got a trident.
Neptune, king of the sea.
He's really thought about when he's going to use this trident. It's got to be something to do
How
with
did that
water.
trident fit in that little box as well that he carried with him?
It's like a telescopic, telescopic trident.
Just like that.
I tell you what, though, while we're talking about the sea, can we talk about how fucking lame Crystal Lake looks in this film? It's fucking Crystal Pond. It's awful. It's just terrible.
Yeah, I guess because it was man-made, wasn't it? It was all fake.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, because this film's shot in California, like on the back lot or like an actual thing. So they made the lake for it, which is why it's like you don't see much of it.
Yeah, so the first two films were shot in New Jersey, weren't they? And then this was shot for cheaper in Hollywood. And oh god, you can tell because like in the first two films, you can see Crystal Lake and it looks massive.
And the small towns in the first film as well. It's like you don't get any of that in this. Really.
Yeah, apart from like the store, you don't really see much in this film. It's the house and the barn, and that's like literally it. And just the surroundings in front of it. It's very isolated and placed in one place. The whole film.
Yeah. So back to Vera and Shelley. She scolds him and Shelley runs off to have a look in the barn where Jason is. While this is happening, she looks through his wallet and she sees a picture of him with his mum and it looks kind of sweet, but she drops it in the pond because it's definitely not a lake. So she like wades into the crystal pond to go and retrieve it, and this is where we get our first look at hockey mask Jason. He comes walking over holding this harpoon gun with Shelley's hockey mask on, but he comes striding over powerfully and then he looks directly at her, and she initially thinks it's Shelley and she's like, "Hey, sorry Shelley, I dropped your wallet," but then she instantly twigs, I mean, that's not Shelley, he's like twice the size of him, and she's like, "Who are you?" And then Jason fires the harpoon gun straight through her eye, killing her. What do you think of this death?
Yeah, I like the bit I like most about it is that she twigs that it's not Shelley, because if she would have thought it was him the whole time, it's scary.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, "Who are you? Like, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
That's what I like about it. Yeah,
Just some random stranger.
But I was thinking, like, I've got the thing about this film being so well lit, and there was one bit, after he shot her and he's like walking off and he's wearing like those trousers and a shirt. I was like, he looks like a gas man going into the house or something. Which, but I do like.
He does sort of stroll off as well. Like after he stomps forward, does the kill, like really angry, and then when he's leaving, he's just like. It's almost like he's looking up at the sky, whistling, like do.
Yeah. But no, I never think.
Do you know what in this scene as well? So when she looks back at him, you can see. I don't know how close it is to him, but there's like a big pole, and it's kind of coming down half the left side of his body, and it's almost like he's looking round it a little bit. I don't know why, but I thought that was really good. Just like it did, because he wasn't just completely out in the open. It didn't block much of him, but it just enough for it to look good, and he kind of looks around.
Does he use that to help him aim? Because I've noticed this years ago when we watched it as well, but like when he's holding the gun, he like rests his hand against the pole. I don't know if it's there on purpose or not.
Oh, could be then, yeah, could be.
Rather than just holding it up like one hand, but I don't know.
So back in the house, Andy and Debbie have been fucking in the hammock, and she decides to have a shower, and he decides to go downstairs to get a beer while doing a handstand. And when he comes back upstairs carrying the beers, he's still doing a handstand. So how was he carrying the beers?
On his feet.
I was like, did he put them in his back pockets? I was like, no, they'd fall out.
So
how did he get them out of the fridge?
When this scene happened, because he could have stopped doing the handstand.
No. He's committed.
He doesn't bring any beers back up, does he?
Well, he goes down and then he's like, "I'm back and I've got the beers."
You might have put them down up his trouser legs, so when he's doing the handstand, they have like pockets, so they're just like sticking out next to his feet.
Or his jeans
so
pockets, his back pockets are cut the other way, so your hand goes up.
He's got upside down pockets.
Well, he is always doing handstands, so yeah. Babe, I'll go get your beer. Just pass me my handstand pants.
This reminded me of something funny. So my missus, she's got a friend who lives down south who has a boyfriend who is, I think he's Spanish, and he does handstands everywhere he goes. Like, she'll send my missus videos of just like them in like a park or like anywhere on the street, and that just like, here's another video of him doing a handstand like in the middle of nowhere.
Is he a professional or an amateur?
I don't know. I think he just likes doing it. And it's just like, I just see these videos of just him just doing it in like inappropriate situations and stuff. It's pretty funny.
So when Andy comes back upstairs, he's still doing the handstand, and Jason cleaves him into, when he walks around the corner, you can see Jason's feet stood there, but obviously Andy can't see it, because how the hell does he know where he's going? But Jason just destroys him. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good kill.
Did either of you two notice what she was reading while she was lying in the hammock?
I was just going to get to that.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. So after Jason...
Why do I not believe
So after Jason has murdered Andy, the music really builds up, and it's, well, Debbie's in the shower, and I think you're meant to believe that Jason's going to be lurking behind the shower curtain, Psycho style, because the music really builds, and then all goes quiet. And yeah, so Debbie goes back to her room and she gets into her hammock to read her copy of Fangoria, which has an article on Tom Savini.
Fangoria?
Yeah.
Fangoria.
Kia Delia.
Fangoria. That was issue number 21 with a feature of Tom Savini. So does that mean, how does that affect the universe of these films? So Tom Savini is a real life film.
What, is it about his work on the first film?
It's just about his work in general.
Oh, right. Okay.
No, it's just about his work.
I would just chalk this one up to being a fun little Easter egg. Don't read too much into it. Don't be having one of those Halloween H20 playing Scream 2. Well, Scream plays Halloween. You know, none of that. It's just a bit of a nod.
I've been thinking about it all day. I haven't been able to stop.
And also, Tom Savini's actually not involved in this film, so it doesn't matter.
But that's why it matters more, though.
Oh, I know that he's not involved in this film. I can tell that he's not involved in this film because some of these kills look like utter shit, which we'll get to in a minute. Yeah, so Debbie's reading a copy of Fangoria, and she gets the old Kevin Bacon treatment when blood drops on her face, and she looks up, she sees Andy's mutilated body, like it's like almost chopped into pieces, like stuffed up into the rafters. Look really horrible.
So the VHS copy we had growing up, that never had her point of view shot.
Oh, did it not?
Never had it. So that, when I watched it recently for this podcast, that's the first time I've ever seen that shot, and I was like,
oh, right, okay.
Hell, it's gross.
It's possibly
it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Because he's like,
possibly that's the first time I've seen it as well.
Staring down at it. It's fucking well.
Yeah, yeah. But she doesn't have time to be scared that long because she gets a machete driven right through her chest, comes straight. So Jason's been under the hammock this whole time, just like his mum used to do.
Yeah, there's like with this one, it's like I kind of like the speed of it. It doesn't like, because they've done this kill. Did they do it in part 2? I can't really remember. But there was a spear through the back of somebody.
It was the other way around, wasn't it, in part 2?
This one's brutal compared to the Kevin Bacon one because it's just so fat, and I think they put like a rip sound effect in it or something. It just sounds like you can hear his skin ripping. It's
her chest. It looks. I'd say this is the best looking kill of the film.
Yeah,
I think. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Yeah. So Stoner Chuck, who, like, why does he seem so much older than everybody else? Like, he just looks like he's in his like 40s, and they're all like teenagers. You know what I mean?
He's their teacher. It's a school trip.
Yeah, so he goes out to fix the fuse box, and Jason throws him into the electrics. Just so long, Chuck. I did like the scene where Jason appears behind him, though. That was pretty scary.
Yeah, because Jason in that scene looks massive, like acts quite scary and massive.
And he's very darkly lit in that scene as well. Yeah, he looks like Shelley turns up at the house with his throat slashed, and because he's Shelley, and Shelley thinks he's the boy who cried wolf, she doesn't believe him at first. But when she does, when she figures out that he's dead, we get some of the best acting I have ever seen in any Friday the 13th film. Get the infamous "Shelley's dead."
Oh man!
I mean, fucking say what you want about Adrian King, but this is just.
And then obviously she said that Shelley's dead. Then she goes in the other room and she must see another dead body, and she walks out with like her hand on her stomach. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Do you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the bit, you know, when Kevin McAllister sees Old Man Marley outside and runs back into his house, and he runs up and down every corridor in his house screaming, ah! And like runs up to the camera and like screams. Like, I thought she was going to do that at one point. Oh my god! Oh, what a scene! What a scene! Yeah. Jason drives a red hot poker through Chili's stomach, and that puts her out of commission for the film. So that's all the gang dead now, apart from Chris and Rick Blueballs. So Rick and Chris arrive back at the cabin. They find everybody missing. Rick goes outside to have a look by himself, and he becomes Jason's next victim when Jason sneaks up on him like Solid Snake and crushes his head into little bitty pieces, which is the worst looking practical effect we've seen so far in this entire franchise. It looks terrible. His eye pops out and shoots towards the camera. Oh, it's on a string. His head looks so... Oh my god. It's fucking awful. It's awful. It's funny though.
I loved it.
It's funny though, yeah.
It's the kind of death in one of these types of films where you cheer, like in the cinema or something, you know. Even if it looks bad, it's just, it's uplifting.
I do like the scene before that where I think him disappearing is actually really creepy, because then obviously we know it's just her left there. And you think like, oh, he's going to like save her and stuff like that. And he just disappears so quick.
Yeah.
Like as soon as he gets back. But that shot of Jason like holding his mouth and Jason's like towering over him, who's massive.
Yeah, and they're like inches away from Chris when she looks outside, and if she just looked around the corner, she'd see.
Yeah, it's I love that scene.
Yeah, I did like that. Yeah. So final girl Chris discovers a bathtub full of blood and figures out something is wrong, and gets this is where we get a body train. So she runs out the house, and Loco falls out of a tree. The biker. She's never met him, so she must be thinking, who the hell is this man, Tyrone? He just falls out of the tree, swinging upside down. Yeah, gets back in the cabin. Rick's body gets launched through the window, and Jason climbs in through the open window. And I thought this was pretty great looking, terrifying. He's huge.
He is massive, isn't he? Right. Like I always never thought Jason was actually that big in these earlier films, but he's huge in it.
Yeah, he's definitely bigger than he was in the last film.
He is massive.
Yeah, so now we get in what, in my opinion, is an absolutely brilliant final chase scene. So, like, it's just balls to the wall for the rest of the film now. So Chris runs upstairs away from Jason, and she tips this entire shelf of hardback books on top of him, which just looks so good. He's like, poof, they just come raining down, one after the other, each one knocking him in the head.
No, I thought this was well done. He got hit by like 6 books. He was like, oh, books.
There are a lot of scenes in this end bit where, like, you know, where you see like a killer get hit.
Yeah,
it's like, you know, when like the guy gives the girl the ick. Oh. But, yeah.
He does take a kicking in this film, in this section. So Chris hides in the closet, and she discovers Debbie's body with a machete still in her neck, spine. So Chris pulls out to use as a weapon, and I love her acting here. She's pulling out, she's just like, oh my god, what am I doing? That's just fucking gross.
I love the bit in that bit where is it Debbie? Where she like falls out the thing, and obviously Chris screams, and then she looks back through the keyhole, and then it cuts back to that shot where you see Jason running up to the door because he heard it. That was fucking horrible.
I know. This whole bit's fucking great.
Yeah.
So Jason like hacks his way into the closet with an axe, and his hand puts his hand in. Chris stabs him, and she comes out of this closet swinging with that knife. Like, you get Jason's POV shot of her as the killer, like coming at him. He's like,
well, that was going to be like a 3D bit, I assume, right?
Oh, possibly, yeah. She gets Jason with 2 decent stabs, which put him on his ass, and she tries to escape from the bathroom window. Jason gets up and grabs her, tries to drag her back in, but her clothes sort of rip, and she falls down and has a bit of a rough landing outside. So she's outside the house now, and Jason comes stomping out looking for her, and this is really funny because she hides behind the door, and Jason opens the door, and she doesn't see her, and she clobbers him with this gigantic firelock, which sends him flying. He goes, and he goes like, he must fly about like 6 meters, like off the steps out the house.
It's the sound of the wood smashing as well, Doug.
It's like a bit of comedy slapstick, this.
It's like off, what is it, Barstool Sport, whatever. It's like a video you see on there.
Yeah. So she runs to the van to get the fuck out of there, and she tries to run Jason over on the way out, but those stupid bikers have siphoned off all the gas from the van, so it breaks down on the bridge.
I do love that. There's actually a reason why it breaks down, you know?
Yeah. She also flips it to the reserve tank as well.
Yeah,
she's like,
which is nice and labelled, just in case.
I've never... I didn't know if that's a real thing or not.
I've never heard of that.
It is on motorbikes. I didn't know about vans, but yeah. But before she can speed off using the reserve, the wheel has fallen through this Indiana Jones bridge over Crystal Pond. Jason reaches in and tries to grab her, but she rolls the window up like a handheld roller, which like kids today probably don't know what the hell that is. Rolls it up manually.
That's what I was thinking.
I know, it catches Jason's arms, and he's like doing like, you know, like shadow owl impressions. Like, ooh.
There's...
Yeah, so she hops out the van, gets out the passenger side, absolutely does a runner. Jason is in hot pursuit because he just headbutts the glass to free himself. He's like,
the shot of him
I thought that was great.
Now when he's chasing her after he smashes his head through the glass, and there's like a wide shot, and he's not like walking really. He's like running. I don't know. It's just creepy as. It's like how like a proper a stalker. It gives
like
me
a predator going for his prey.
heebie-jeebies.
So she runs to the barn, and Jason stalks around the barn looking for her. She's hiding on the beam on the ceiling, but she just loses her balance and just fucking plummets on top, belly flops on top of him. She's like, poof, and he's like, Jason chases her up to the top floor of the barn. She manages to hide behind a couple of bales of hay, and she KOs him again with this shovel. Just fucking deadpan dunk on the head, gets him. And then she just like ties this noose round his neck and just rolls him out the window. She's like, see you, Jason, you prick. And it hangs him, like breaks his neck. And like, she kicked his fucking ass in this fight. He didn't do anything to it.
Badass, for wrapping that round his neck and just chucking him off.
Yeah, she would every round in this one. She did everything a final girl is supposed to. You know, when you shout at the screen, do this, do that. She like did it all.
She literally had a one-on-one with him.
She did, didn't she? Yeah, like there's no...
there's no excuse. She beat
him. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but she goes down to inspect his body, and of course Jason is still alive because he's Jason, and he is able to remove the noose from around his neck and climb down. And he takes his mask off to reveal to Chris that he is the man who attacked her 2 years ago. So at this point, he's likely recognised who she is. He's like, it's that girl from a couple of years ago. And he takes it off to like scare her by showing her his face, and his face is just horrible. It's like pig-like. It's just his eye and his nose. It just looks like something from the League of Gentlemen.
It's almost like as well when he sees her, he starts like getting all giddy and laughing and like.
He does, doesn't he? When he recognises her, he becomes like childlike.
Yeah.
This is the only film I think where we see any emotion from Jason as well, because he actually smiles and he's laughing.
Yeah.
And
it's horrible.
he's stoic in every other film.
Yeah, so he has Chris cornered in the barn, but Ali, the biker from earlier, who is still alive, jumps Jason, but like instantly loses his arm. He's like, motherfucker, I'm alive! And he just fucking arm gets hacked off. And Jason beats the shit out of him, like machetes him to death in the hay.
Again, though, she'd be like, "Who is this?"
She doesn't know who he is. It's the old.
He just jumps out of nowhere to try to save him.
It's the old groundskeeper Willie from that Treehouse of Horror with the Simpsons. Don't worry, kids, I'll save you. And he just gets an axe in the back every scene. Yeah. So the distraction from Ali is giving Chris the opportunity to grab an axe and bury it in Jason's forehead, and that axe wound will be on the mask in most of the films in the future, which I think is pretty cool. It has that wound just above the eye. I thought, very good. Yeah, so this puts Jason out for the film. He's out for the count with that one. She fucking owned him in this, like kicked his ass. Like he didn't stand a chance.
I did hear something funny on a podcast. Someone was like, they were like, imagine if the police came at the end and arrested her. Because Jason was this undercover cop who's been deep undercover trying to take out this bike. She just murdered him.
So Chris pulls an Alice and goes off to sleep in a boat in Crystal Pond. What is it with this place and women just wanting to go to sleep in these little
They're knackered, aren't they? They've been fighting old Baldy all night.
So she has this disturbing nightmare that Jason is still alive and he's in the house leering at her through the window like an excited child, like, oh, it's my friend. It's like Sloth from the fucking Goonies.
Yeah.
There you go. He's out the window.
And then rather than like coming outside through the door, he just bursts through the door. The door comes off the hinges, and he's just like staring at her like.
Yes, he's like an excited puppy with his tongue hanging out. He's like,
yeah.
Yeah, Chris tries to paddle away because Jason's coming after her, and then she looks back and he's gone, and we get our final jump scare when the ghost of Mrs. Voorhees jumps out of the lake and drags Chris under. Basically, it's a exact copy of what happened at the end of part one with Jason coming out and getting Alice, but like less good. Yeah,
I do like the makeup on the mum, to be fair. With the
it does look really good. Yeah,
I thought
it does look really good. Yeah,
but yeah,
I thought she looked very, very.
I also really like the fact once we get like back to reality, Jason doesn't like wake up or anything at the end of the thing.
Yeah,
like,
so we go
Halloween Resurrection. But yeah, like.
Yeah, so it turns out that this was all a dream, and Chris is led off by the police to safety, but it's implied that she will not be okay after all this. Camera pans over to Jason's body in the barn with the axe still in its head. There's no police around either. It's just like the body's just there. They've just left it. Like they haven't cordoned it off. They haven't got anybody watching him because
they haven't found him yet. Probably.
Yeah. We get a shot of Crystal Pond to end the movie, and that's the end of Friday the 13th Part 3. What did you guys think of this one?
I absolutely loved it. This was my favourite so far. I thought it was just fun, fast-paced. I liked all the characters, maybe not so much Shelley, he's an incel, but I liked the evolution of Jason. I thought he was terrifying as a full-on creepy monster. I loved the bikers. I loved most of the kills, It was really good. It was a solid film.
Yeah.
I like the fact that the ending gave us clarity that it was a dream and it didn't leave us hanging. And that implies to me that the ending of the last two films are dreams as well. And I also like that it kind of showed that she has just gone insane and she's being taken away. This trauma's just completely taken over and she's probably just getting sectioned. So, I thought it really good, really good. 10 out of 10 for this franchise.
Yeah, no, 10.
Excellent. James?
Rewatching it, there were a hell of a lot more creepy bits in it than I remember. And there just seems like there's a lot of intention with the film, like the way they hide Jason's face. And like watching this loads as a kid growing up, it's one of my favourites, and I think it still is. I think it's like my third favourite from the series, with part 1 being my second favourite. But and I do kind of like all the characters in this. My biggest gripe with it is just obviously it was shot for 3D, so it's like really, really well lit because the cameras needed a lot of light. But I'm thinking if this one was like a lot darker and it had the same mood and tone as a film later on in the series, this would probably be my favourite. For me, it's a 4 out of 5.
Nice. Thank you, James. I'm pretty much the same. For some reason, I thought going into this, I thought I wasn't going to like it as much as I did when I was a kid. I thought, maybe it's not going to be as good as I remember. But yeah, I loved it. The only thing I would do is shave off some of the time where there's a load of nothing happening, like the bits at the start with Harold and Ed aren't just doing anything. There's a lot of like dicking around like that. Maybe I would have got rid of the Jason rape backstory, which I did think looked really creepy, but it just doesn't sort of fit into the narrative of the film. Maybe I'm looking at the whole series. Anyway, I think Dana Kimmel as Chris was a brilliant lead girl, and that final chase scene was an all-timer for me. I fucking loved it. 4.5 out of 5 for me. It's one of my favourites. I'm not going to list them all now, but it's definitely my favourite so far. I don't think it's as scary as part 1, but it's more of a fun film for me now.
I'd agree with that.
Paul, have you got any quick trivia for us?
Yes, I do, Daniel. Okay, play the jingle. The house, barn and lake were all purpose-built on location. The man-made lake wasn't properly sealed and subsequently the water drained into the soil during the first week of filming. That's probably why it became Crystal Pond. I actually didn't mind the fact that it was so small though, because if you ever go to a lake, there are certain corners of the lake where it's more shallow and more sort of dirty and boggy, or like a swamp, So that's fine for me, This was the first of the Friday the 13th films to use the iconic hockey mask, which has been in every sequel since. I'll just skip over that because we all know that. The Royal Independent Movie Theatre in Toronto, Canada, which closed in 2006, had owned one of the few copies of the movie in its original 3D format. They used to screen the film once every Halloween, which they should screen it once every Friday the 13th.
Yeah, but there's not always a Friday the 13th, is there?
Yeah, there's more Friday the 13th than Halloween's in a year.
Is it?
Yeah, there's usually 2.
There you go then.
The original plan for the film involved Ginny, Amy Steele, from the previous film, being confined to a psychiatric hospital, suffering from the trauma inflicted on her during the ordeal with Jason. She eventually finds that, intent on revenge, he has tracked her down and begins to murder the staff and other patients at the hospital. Steele ultimately declined the offer to return to the series as she was busy with other projects, but has since said that she thinks she should have accepted. That sounds like Halloween 2 to me, to be honest.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea, but I'm glad we got what we got.
Yeah, definitely. Several deaths in the film had to be cut to avoid an X rating from the MPAA, which include the following: Andy's death, which showed his leg being cut off and his stomach being ripped open. Vera's death for too much gore and looking too real. Edna's death was cut because of excessive blood flow. Chili's impalement was cut because of a shot showing steaming blood hitting the floor. Debbie's death scene was also trimmed, which originally showed blood running down her chest and splattering on her face.
So it sounds like they cut everything that was really good. Like they cut the entire film.
They cut all the best bits.
Yeah, that sucks.
2 alternate endings were shot. One has Chris doing the same thing to kill Jason, except Ali barely survives. He dies in the theatrical end. And both of them escape, with Jason walking away, or the viewer assumes so, because when the police arrive, his body is not there. The other ending has Chris kill Jason, then go out into the canoe and fall asleep. In her dream, Jason decapitates her. I've heard about that.
Yes.
I've heard about that, but apparently it was too shocking. Cut it. It sucks, really, because these films are... That's what they're made
I know,
for.
yeah. I'm gonna sort of skip ahead to the next film, because the next film is a lot bloodier and more violent than this film. I think if a lot of that stuff that you've said that was just cut, I think that would really propel this film into the stratosphere. Yeah, because every time I think about the kills in this film, they're a lot more cartoonish. So I think that's the only thing that makes it lose points for me is that.
I'd say otherwise there was still a really strong film, and I don't mind. Too gruesome. I'm not there for that. It's just enjoyable. That is the trivia of the week. I won't go into it too much because there's absolutely loads. There we are.
Thank you for the trivia, Paul. That brings us to the end of the episode. We'll see you next time for Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter. I cannot wait for this one.
Final chapter, man.
Yeah. So, and then after that, it's dealer's choice. So, and you're up first. So, I hope you've got one in mind.
I've had it in my mind for a long time, so I'm so excited to do it.
So we'll find out what that is next episode. Right, thank you guys for this. This has been Dark Talk. We'll see you next time. Goodbye and good night.